Today, we're getting back to work on the Bronx Star. I got my little helpers. We got Lincoln, the bolt guy, and we got Adley, the little shackle girl. We've got the Badlands 12,000 pound winch that we've got to figure out how to mount on the front of the Bronco. We've got to get the radiator back in it. We still have to get the power steering lines made. So we've got the new Jeep box all installed, the frame's all reinforced, looking awesome. Hillbilly finished that up this morning. So now it's my job to figure out how to get power steering lines to it. We're gonna get the belt back on. Basically, we've got to get this thing 100% ready to go up Hanging Tree Trail. That's coming up soon. All right, so we've got the Baja design, the brand new LP6 light that we're gonna try to get put on. We've got a whole slew of lights that's going on this thing, but I think all we're gonna try to get on today is these new lights. They are so awesome. It's the LP6. They're gonna be so bright and look so good on the Bronx Star. Look at those. They're gonna go right here. We're gonna be swapping out this light bar, not today, eventually. And then we've got a lot more lights that's gonna go on it. We're just trying to get the essential stuff on to where we can have this thing ready to go wheeling. You're helping lose bolts, huh? Yeah, he's gonna lose the bolts for us, but anyway, what'd they do today in your mouth?
Fix the rest of the fillings on this side.
Oh, nice. We're getting there.
Next appointment, I'm getting the rest of the cavities fixed on this, and then
Post?
yeah.
But anyway, so he's still getting his smile fixed, slowly but surely. He's got a couple more appointments, got a few more appointments to go, and then should be ready for veneers. So before we do any of the bolt-on stuff, the new winch, the lights, the rope, we've got to get this thing running and driving. So we're gonna start with the radiator and the steering. So this is my power steering lines in a bucket. I've got to figure out how to make Bronco Jeep power steering lines out of these.
Okay, while Robby's working on the power steering lines, I'm gonna work on getting the radiator installed, reroute the air filter tubing because we're not putting the supercharger back on because this motor is not worthy of it. The motor's not worthy of it. It blows, as soon as I start building boost, it blows oil everywhere. We hooked up a oil catch pan, about 20 minutes of driving it with the supercharger. You can see the oil catch pan is almost full. And so when we change the motor out, it will be getting a new Pro Charger reinstalled. So in the future, it will have one back on there, but as of now with this motor, it's not getting one. Enough with playing with that, and I want to work on the radiator. Hey Robby, you think I should cut this mount off?
Yeah.
So this morning for Robby got here, I put the steering gearbox in. It's all mounted up, hooked up. All Robby has to do now is just the power steering lines. When it was on the lift, I was kind of bored and was just spinning the tires and realized that one of them, driver rear, was sticking. So I replaced it because we can't have it sticking while we're out crawling because I've seen fires happen because of brake calipers sticking. Now that's out of the way, I'll hurry and grab the grinder, kind of grind up the weld a little bit, and then I'll get the radiator installed. Getting this radiator all tightened in place, and then I'll get the hoses hooked up. Top one on, start to tighten it up. The hose clamp's always a pain to get to with the fan on. And I'm gonna wait to put the coolant reservoir in, overflow reservoir in, until Robby gets the lines done. Okay, the hoses are done. Now I want to finish rerouting the intake. Needs to be a little longer. I have to wait to finish the intake system until I can get to my house and get my pieces a little bit longer. So now I'll work on getting these two lights took off the front here, so that way we can get them replaced with the best Baja design. I'm just getting these lights removed. Since we're not putting the supercharger back on, no reason to keep the boost gauge on there.
So in the return line that I bought for the Jeep power steering box, or the Jeep steering box, had this formed hose. So after inspecting this, so that's gonna go perfect like that, and this is gonna go right on. It spins out of the way, it's not in the way of the steering. I can tighten that down right there, and there's no kinks. It's gonna work perfect for that. That one's simple. Now we just gotta splice the pressure side. So these are O-ring style lines. So I gotta put an O-ring on it. I won't put the hose clamp yet. And then when we go get our line made, we'll get some hose clamps. What do you know? It's a hose clamp right there. I spoke too soon. I've got this line right where it needs to be routed, and I've got this one up here. So we don't want to use too much hose. We don't want to use too little of hose. Think we're gonna go right there. Rather than getting a solid coupler, I'm gonna do two fittings so that I can position this and then tighten the fittings where I need it so it's clocked correctly. I'm gonna mark where I want it cut. So like this one, We want that one cut right there. Now we'll put a mark on the other one where I want it, which is gonna be right there. And I want it cut right there. This is 3/8 high pressure line. So we should be able just to go down to Hermanson's, the tractor store here in town, get those fittings put on, come back, put that together, tighten it up, and we should have some power steering. We're making waves. I want to get this all back apart.
So I had to run over to Southwest Plumbing and get the plug for where the boost gauge went. Starting to get these Baja design lights installed, and they're so pretty. You have a high beam, low beam, amber light, and ground.
Oh, that's cool. And then, oh, we could do blinker if we want.
If you wanted to, because it's got
Or
the ember
hook
in
it
it.
up to the markers, because those are my blinkers. I don't have markers.
Yeah, we could try that. Well, we'll figure out how to mount them. Yeah, we could just do a bracket right there. Or you could just cut this bracket off and we could reposition it.
Yep. Just...
All right, we'll get it figured out.
So we have to move these brackets from here to out in here, because the way the lights mount, the way the brackets are on the lights, it won't go here. So I'm gonna get this one cut off. There's one bracket. Now I'll clean up those welds and brackets will be cut off and done. Gonna put the power steering belt back on, because the next time we start it, the power steering will be done. Just tightening up the last bolt for the power steering pump, and the belt will be completely on, and you just gotta finish power steering lines.
All right, so I went and got couplers made, and we've got this power steering line installed. It's all tightened up. It's a little loose here, but I think it'll be fine. Do you have power steering fluid?
Behind you.
Let's get it filled up and let's see if the power steering even works. Once we get it filled up, we're gonna head to lunch.
Yeah, spill it.
It's all full. Do we test it or do we go to lunch?
Test it and then go.
So boss says test it, then go to lunch?
Yep.
Okie, we'll test it. Hey Rob, you wanna watch to make sure it doesn't puke out everywhere?
Yeah, if it does, I'll just watch it puke out everywhere.
No, because I gotta clean it up.
So I think this will work, but we don't know. I can damn! Keep going. The system was dry. We gotta get fluid in it. It's got a new steering gearbox, a new power steering pump that's emptier than empty. Whoa, so in theory, this is gonna be perfect. Whoa, oh, it's just a lot of air. This is a big win, big win. This thing's gonna have super sweet steering for when we take it on the trail. Okay, try it. Just a little whiny.
Let's put more fluid in there.
Think it's out again?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it is. Because it was hard for a second and then it went real easy.
It's not down too much. I mean, I'm gonna pat myself on the back for a second because none of my power steering lines are leaking. It works. Cool, cut it off. I'm gonna chalk that up as a win. Power steering for now, done. After this, we're gonna go out and trail test it, but we're gonna do a high steer kit on it eventually. And that's gonna get us, so we've got about a ½ an inch before the steering stops hit the bump. This will have more steering than it did before. Well, no, it went all the way.
Yeah. 1.5 turns on the steering wheel was from side to side.
But you have good steering now, right?
I have easy steering right now.
Did you press the easy button?
Yep.
Okay, well, let's go to lunch. We'll get back, and then we'll keep going on the lights and the winch. Yay!
I'm going to start finding the wires we need for the new lights, because they have high beam, low beam, and marker lights.
What'd you have for lunch?
Macaroni and cheese with chili and ketchup.
Chili and
Yeah, with hot dogs. It's chili
Wow.
cheese dog with macaroni and cheese.
That
and
sounds phenomenal. Well, I had lettuce wraps, so I'm hungry already. I ate rabbit food today. Anyway, whatever. We're back from lunch. We're gonna get back to work on this. He's figuring out the wiring because we're gonna get the Baja Designs lights put in. They have 4 different functions. They got high beam, low beam. Oh no, they have 3 different functions. High beam, low beam, and they have an amber light inside of them. So we're kind of thinking we may wire this up to use the ambers as our blinkers. And we got to get this winch done. We don't know how to do any of it yet, but we're gonna figure out how to do it right now.
Change of plans. almost had the lights done, and Robby says, work on the winch. We don't have time to do the lights right now. So I'm working on the winch now. How he wants it done, I'm not sure, but I guess there's only one way to really find out. Need to pull the winch out of the box to make sure it's going to work right here. If not, we'll have to figure out another location for it. Fancy. We'll have the boss lady read that. Make sure we're doing it right. Like, yeah, it's gonna work right there. It's gonna work real good.
Now what?
Now grab a ratchet strap. We should be good to go.
Okay, let's go tell Robby.
I swear if you mounted your winch wrong on your vehicle, I'm gonna be so mad.
It's held tight in place. You think that'd work?
No.
It held my roll cage in for a long time.
No. But that does look good there. The winch looks way good there.
With the ratchet strap on there too, huh?
Jeez. No, but that, dude, that's almost perfect.
The front two holes will go right through this.
This might have worked in your past life.
It'll work in my
No.
now life if you'd let it.
We'll wield it.
You loved it?
But this winch mount plate, I think is gonna work perfect. Look at this, it's almost like we planned for it. And then we can build a bumper off of it or whatever you wanna do. We can even put, once you get it mounted here, we can put a faceplate if we want, but not today. We gotta get this done. Oh, we probably really do need to do a hoop, don't we?
Have it stick up
Heck no.
that high.
No way, we're not putting,
No, we should have it at least flush with this.
no way.
That, a lot of them are that way.
You're lying.
Go get Yankee Rope's vehicle. It's the same way. Comes up.
That
it's
would be
flush with it.
so ugly. You're serious?
I'm dead serious. That's why I want mine up here, because I want to be different.
All right, we need your help. He wants a hoop all the way up to match this bar. I think it needs to just be sleek, come like right here and down. We're not gonna do that today. We need your help. If you guys vote on a 20-foot haul hoop, drop a comment. Or if you think it should be sleek and look good and be functional, let us know in the comment. I vote for sleek, functional, look good.
20 foot's a little exaggerated.
Ah.
That's like 4 feet.
We'll get this sucker notched. It is gonna set it back to where I think the bolts will work.
Well,
if not,
plate off of this.
well, we'll figure that part out. So just get it notched first and then come get me. Thank you for coming and getting me and not just ratchet strapping that.
It was ratchet strap. You just wouldn't let it
No, it's ratchet
fly.
strappity.
You just
Ratchet
wouldn't let it
strappity.
fly.
Yeah.
So I got my marks in place. Now, time to cut. Test to see if this will fit right where we need it. It's even flush on the outside. Now I just got to measure for a back cross runner so I can get that one cut next. We don't want to go all the way to here like we did this front one, because if we do that, then there's no way we're going to get it put into place. So we have to shorten it up like 2 inches on each side, so that way we can stick it in and slide it. So I'm going to cut it to 27 because I think that's going to be our lucky number of getting this in there. Getting it set up in the bandsaw. I can't cut straight with the grinder. My lines end up going like this.
That's supposed to fit in there?
Yeah. How? I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to get it turned. I don't know, I need a pry bar. Well, it started to go. It's going.
How is it supposed to be?
Just like this one.
Oh.
So let's grab the port power. We'll separate the frame. It's not quite, yeah. I know how to fix this. We'll get this put into position. What we're gonna have to do, Hillbilly, put some really long bolts or something. Watch your face. Here we go. Not gonna work. Let off. So it's 1,000 pounds pushing pressure. So if we grab the ram, we can push with 8,000 pounds.
The pry bar was working a little bit, but now it's to the point where it's just sliding it and not twisting it like I need it. So we're gonna try the porter power.
When in doubt, force it.
So we do derby powers, isn't it?
What do you think, Demery?
I do not know.
Oh, did you see that? Voila! Yeah, now it's never coming out.
Well, that's the point, isn't it?
Yeah. Hopefully this is notched enough. We're gonna go double check, see where we're at. Not quite. I need to take a little bit more off of that. A little bit more there. A little bit more notching. And then what we're gonna do,
That's gonna stop you. That's why you can't go in all the way. It's hitting that pipe, so it's not going in. I bet you if you get rid of that, it'll slide right in place.
Well, but it still needs, well, this is gonna come off because we're gonna trim it. So what we're gonna do, this sits up about 1/4 of an inch. So we're gonna cut each side down, set it down in, make sure the bolt's clear, weld this thing in solid, mount our winch. I've got it to fit. I'm gonna hurry and weld this in, and then we're gonna weld the winch mount plate up inside. All right, so I've got the winch mount all welded in. Now we're gonna get it bolted up, get it wired. I think that should be it. I don't know if we're gonna do the lights today. We're running out of time. We'll see how far we get. All right, so we've got the winch mounted. We're gonna get it all wired up, but I'm gonna hurry and weld these light oh, can't get my helmet up. I'm gonna weld these light brackets. I'm not gonna get these wired up today because we got a lot of stuff we have to go do. I am gonna at least get them mounted. So these are the Baja Design LP6s. They're gonna shine so bright. It's gonna be awesome. Basically what we're doing, actually, I think I'm gonna recess that in more. That's out pretty far. We're repurposing the brackets that we already built for the old lights. I'm gonna break this off and move it in a little to where it's not sticking out so far. And then I'll do the other side and hopefully we'll wire up the winch and show you that. I found the perfect place to put the ground and the negative. This is gonna be on the back side of this bar right here. So I'm gonna zip tie them. We'll hook the battery up. See, that just follows it ever so perfectly. So we got our negative and our ground that's just gonna go right to the battery. I'm thinking this is gonna work perfect. We got a perfect length. Nope, just kidding. We gotta drill that out. But I think our ground will fit. So I'll grab a drill bit. I'll drill that eyelet here in a second. I'll get the ground hooked up. So at a later point in time, we have a yankum rope winch line, and we're gonna put that in. But for now, we're just gonna stick with the synthetic rope that came with the winch because they work just fine. Hooked up. I'll hook my hook on. For now, we're gonna run this hook. All right, so I'm gonna call this Badlands winch. This Apex 12,000 pound Badland winch from Harbor Freight. Expertly installed, hooked up, and done. Just about ready to rock. Yeah, that's like tucked up nicely. All right, so we've got the headlight brackets welded. Hillbilly's getting the lights ready. I'm gonna hurry and get the D-rings on, because I have a feeling we're gonna need to use these once we hit the trail. And it's gonna top it off, make it look good. Got it. 2 more things. We have the front end almost done. All right, we're gonna get these Baja Design lights installed. They've got adjustment every direction, so that'll be super nice for when we wanna adjust the headlights. And then, that's all we got time for today. All right, so we've got it all finished up. Lights are on, winch is installed. This thing is ready to go rock crawling.
No, it's not. It's not leaving the property until these get put on it.
Look at that, custom license plate. Do you know what that says? Bronx Star. All right, we'll get your plate put on.
I don't need the temp tag anymore because I got a new license plate that says Bronx Star, and the temp tag's also out of date. Last bolt, and then I gotta put the stickers on. Just copying Robby's installing techniques.
That's not even close to being right.
We've got everything finished up. This thing is ready to go wheeling. So, as always, we appreciate you guys. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one.